What's up? It's Marty Itcham and you are in the Nerd Nest. Well, I said I'd be making more videos this month. Needless to say, I didn't make too many. That time got away from me again, it always does. But the only way I can get more subscribers and more eyeballs is more videos to witness my weirdness. Anyway, it's time for a new edition of a series I haven't done in a while, the Top 10. Now, this edition of the Top 10 is also about video games, just like the last one was. On September 9th this year, it marked the 30th anniversary of the debut of the original Sony Playstation in North America, marking Sony's foray into the video game industry. Sony initially worked with Nintendo to create a CD-ROM add-on for the Super NES, but after a falling out with the Big N, as we all know, Ken Kutaragi convinced Sony's higher-ups to go out on their own, eventually overtake both Nintendo and Sega as the dominant video game console in the world, being the first to sell over 100 million units. The OG PlayStation proved popular for its extensive game library, popular franchises, low retail price, and aggressive youth marketing, which advertised it as the preferable console for adolescents and adults. Many popular game franchises were launched on the PlayStation that still endure to this day. Many of them have since been re-released on other consoles and PC. Some have even been remastered in the 21st century with improved graphics and controls. And that's what this video is all about. The topic is the top 10 PlayStation remakes. Now, I had to think about this for a while, about which games are the best PlayStation remakes, as of course I was a Nintendo kid and still am. And my nephew had an original PlayStation, but I did not play his games too often. As such, I missed out on some of the best of the PlayStation when it first came out in the late 90s. I played a lot of the games since then, and I now own a backwards compatible PS2, and a lot of the games have been re-released on other systems. But we're going to be talking about games that have been remade from the ground up. With that in mind, let's get started. Number 10, Pa-Rappa the Rapper Remastered. In this rhythm game, you are Pa-Rappa, a pup who wants to become the next little Bow Wow and win the heart of his crush, the flower-headed Sunny Funny, and show up a rich douche dog, Joe Chin. There are 6 stages, ranging from the dojo taught by an onion-headed sensei all the way to rapping on stage like Eminem in 8 Mile. As the teacher for the stage raps, a bar at the top of the screen will appear. The player then presses the buttons that match up to the teacher's lyrics and must then make Pa-Rappa rap in response to the teacher by pressing the buttons with the correct timing to match the teacher's line. Rap well, and you'll be able to continue. Screw up the lyrics and the music will start to distort and the teacher will become displeased. Continue to mess up, you'll have to do the stage again. The 20th anniversary of the original game that was released in 1997, Pa-Rappa is considered the first true rhythm game and set the template for later titles in the genre such as Beatmania, Dance Dance Revolution, and Guitar Hero. Even if you're not into rhythm games too much, Pa-Rappa the Rapper is easy to pick up and learn and you'll be freestyling in no time. You gotta believe! Number 9, Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition. A 2022 remaster of the 1999 RPG by Square Enix, Chrono Cross, set in the same universe as the Super NES classic Chrono Trigger, focuses on a teenage boy named Surge and a theme of parallel worlds. Faced with an alternate reality in where he died as a child, Surge endeavors to discover the truth of the two worlds' divergence. The flashy girl thief named Kid and many other characters assist Surge in his travels around the tropical archipelago El Nido. Struggling to uncover his past and to find the mysterious frozen flame, Surge is chiefly challenged by Lynx, a shadowy antagonist working to apprehend him. Combat in the game is turn-based. The game has no random battles, and enemies are always visible. Magic spells, character-specific tech attacks, and consumable items are grouped into 6 elements, which are divided into 3 pairs with opposing properties. In addition, traveling to the parallel dimension allows players to go back and forth between the worlds to recruit party members, obtain items, and advance the plot. Much of the population of either world has counterparts in the other, and some party members can even visit their other versions. The remaster includes quality of life updates such as the ability to disable encounters in addition to an enhanced soundtrack. It's another masterpiece by Square Enix. Number 8. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered. A remastered edition of the first 3 Tomb Raider games, you play as Lara Croft, a highly intelligent and sexy English archaeologist/adventurer who ventures into ancient tombs and hazardous ruins around the world to retrieve treasures. Gameplay features Lara navigating levels split into multiple areas and room complexes while fighting enemies and solving puzzles to progress. The first game has Lara seeking out the Scion of Atlantis, while the second game has her seeking the magical dagger of Xi'an before an Italian cult can get it, and in the third game, she is tasked to find pieces of a meteorite that have scattered across the globe. While the first game was initially made for the PC and the Sega Saturn, it was a massive success on the PlayStation, selling over 7 million copies. Lara Croft herself went on to become one of the earliest video game sex symbols, and is among the first video game characters to be successfully adapted into film, portrayed by Angelina Jolie. The game itself earned high acclaim for combining state-of-the-art graphics, an atmospheric soundtrack, and a cinematic approach to gameplay that was at the time unprecedented. The remastered versions also include all the expansion packs from the original games, so if you want to experience one of the best game trilogies of the 1990s, grab your guns and start raiding. Number 7. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. In this action-adventure game, first released in 1999, you play as the vampire-turned-wraith Raziel, a lieutenant to the vampire lord Kain. Raziel is killed by Kain, but is revived centuries later by the Elder God to become his Soul Reaver and to exact revenge. Raziel shares this title with Kain's sword, the Soul Reaver, which he acquires during the game. Using hack-and-slash mechanics, you slay your former vampire brethren with your claws, bolts of telekinetic energy, and the elemental wraith blade, the Soul Reaver. You go stronger by devouring the souls of your enemies, traverse the spectral and material realms to solve puzzles, reveal new paths, and defeat your foes. In the second game, which was released on the later PlayStation 2 in 2001, Raziel initially continues to exact revenge on Kain, but this is superseded by a higher quest for knowledge and a desire for freedom, as he himself is manipulated by those he encounters and begins to learn more about his former life as a human. Traveling through history, he gradually exposes the truth behind his own past and destiny as he uncovers the history of the land of Nosgoth. The remastered collection includes new features such as a toggleable, high-fidelity graphics setting, modern controls, improved camera controls, a map and compass, and a day and night cycle which was cut from the original games. It's a bloody good time. Number 6. Resident Evil 3. The third game in Capcom's survival horror series, the 2020 remake of the 1999 original has Jill Valentine, one of the protagonists from the first game, combing through the remains of Raccoon City after the outbreak of the T-virus created by Umbrella Corporation in Resident Evil 2 has turned almost everyone into zombies. Jill eventually pairs with mercenary Carlos Oliveira, a member of the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service, who will help evacuate survivors and looks for a way to create a vaccine for the T-virus, all while Jill is periodically chased by Nemesis, a bioorganic weapon programmed to target the surviving STARS members who had knowledge of Umbrella's experiments. Gameplay is similar to the other Resident Evil games. Jill will find weapons ranging from pistols to rocket launchers, which she uses to defeat enemies, solve puzzles to progress, and will engage in QuickTime events that can result in death if not executed properly. The remake features revamped movement speed and updated animations and has added the ability to dodge attacks, allowing the player to automatically aim at an opponent's head afterward. The AI of Nemesis is improved as well, and he can now carry weapons, grab Jill with his tentacles, and jump long distances to appear right next to her. The story is also more streamlined, and a multiplayer game was bundled with it. Gamer beware, you're in for a scare. Number 5. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. In 2017, Vicarious Visions and Activision brought us remasters of the original 3 games featuring the genetically modified Crash Bandicoot. And yes, a Bandicoot is a real animal. I did not know this for a long time. I guess I am that dumb. But anyway, the platforming games has Crash navigate linear 3D platforming levels to thwart the evil Dr. Neo Cortex and his henchmen. Each game involves collecting Wumpa Fruit, smashing crates, and gathering crystals, gems, and masks while overcoming enemies and environmental hazards. The first game has Crash trying to rescue his girlfriend, Tawna, a female Bandicoot also created by Dr. Cortex, and to stop him from taking over the world. In the second game, Cortex Strikes Back, Crash is abducted by Dr. Cortex, who tricks him into thinking he wants to save the world. He doesn't, of course. Crash is then thrust into several parts of Insanity Island in order to gather crystals that will allow Cortex to contain the power of an upcoming planetary alignment to save the planet. And in the third game, Warped, the ruins of Dr. Cortex's space station crash land onto Earth, unleashing an evil entity known as Uka Uka, the evil brother of Aku Aku, who joins with Cortex and the time-obsessed Dr. Nefarious Tropy as they plan to gather powerful crystals that lay scattered across time and use their energy to enslave the planet. Crash and his sister Coco must gather the crystals first to stop them. The remakes include high-resolution textures, dynamic lighting, and an updated soundtrack with live instruments, and the addition of Coco as a playable character across all games. Crash Bandicoot was considered a PS1 mascot comparable to Mario or Sonic, and for those of you who want to relive these great platformers or play them for the first time, get ready to party like it's 1996. Number 4. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. A year after Crash got the remake treatment, Activision hit the jackpot again with remakes of the Spyro the Dragon trilogy. Across all games, Spyro, a young purple dragon, attempts to restore peace in a set of worlds specific to each game by vanquishing enemies. Spyro's sidekick, a dragonfly named Sparks, acts as an indicator of his health, defending him from a limited number of enemy attacks. Additionally, the games feature a number of collectibles which must be acquired to make progress, such as gems, which also act as currency, and dragon eggs. Spyro's abilities include Fire Breath, a charging headbutt, and a mid-air glide with which he can use to scale large distances. In the first game, Spyro must save the Dragon Kingdom from Nasty Nork, who has overtaken the 5 Dragon homeworlds. The second game, Ripto's Rage, has been transported to the realm of Avalar, where the malevolent sorcerer Ripto has emerged and is wreaking havoc. Spyro gains new abilities in this game, such as swimming, climbing, skateboarding, and power-up gates that temporarily grant Spyro new abilities such as Super Flame or Flight. Finally, in the third game, Year of the Dragon, an evil sorceress has stolen magic dragon eggs from the Land of Dragons, and Spyro travels to the Forgotten Realms to try to retrieve them. Even if you grew up playing the original games, the remake trilogy is worth playing again, either for nostalgia or to share with a new generation of gamers. Number 3. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Vicarious Vision strikes again. In 1999, Tony Hawk, the world's most famous skateboarder, put his name on this game and changed the face of skateboarding games forever. A second game came out the following year. The goal of most modes is to achieve a high score or to collect certain objects. The player must complete objectives to unlock levels to progress through the game. To score points, you gotta successfully perform and combine aerials, flips, grinds, lips, and manuals, with successful executions adding to the player's score. Failing or falling off your board, of course, wipes it out. Skaters from the first 2 games include Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, Rune Glifberg, and Alyssa Steamer, and are joined by newcomers such as Tony Hawk's son Riley, Aori Nishimura, Shane O'Neill, and Tyshawn Jones. The remakes also feature tricks introduced in later games all the way up to Tony Hawk's Underground, such as reverts, spine transfers, wall plants, as well as the ability to perform enhanced tricks. The player can create their own skater and skate park with the Create a Skater and Create a Park modes. Praised for its innovative gameplay, soundtrack featuring music from groups such as Goldfinger, Papa Roach, Evinrude, Naughty by Nature, and Dead Kennedys, and new songs by A Tribe Called Quest, Billy Talent, The Ataris, Real Big Fish, Machine Gun Kelly, and more, and considered groundbreaking for its influence on the skateboarding genre, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was credited with introducing skateboarding to a more mainstream global audience. Just remember to wear a helmet and don't fall off your board. Number 2. Final Fantasy VII Remake. One of the most beloved RPGs of all time gets updated for the 21st century. Set in the mega metropolis of Midgar, the story follows Cloud Strife, a mercenary who joins an eco-terrorist group called Avalanche to stop the mega corporation Shinra from using the planet's life essence as an energy source. Ensuing events send Cloud and his allies in pursuit of Sephiroth, a superhuman who seeks to wound the planet and harness its healing power in order to be reborn as a god. Throughout their journey, Cloud bonds with his party members, including Aerith Gainsborough, who holds the secret to saving the world. The gameplay combines real-time action with role-playing elements, an overhaul from the original turn-based combat. Announced back in 2015, this remake was announced as a trilogy, with the first game being released in 2020, and it received an enhanced version called Intergrade for newer consoles such as the PS5. The second part of the game, Rebirth, was released in 2024. Bringing back many of the original staff, including director Tetsuya Nomura and the spectacular soundtrack by composer Nobuo Uematsu, Final Fantasy VII takes what we loved about the original game and updates it for a new generation, and it still stands the test of time. And number 1, Resident Evil 2. The sequel to the groundbreaking survival horror game, first released back in 1998, Resident Evil 2 takes us out of the mansion and into the streets of Raccoon City. 2 months after the events of the first game, Raccoon City's unfortunate inhabitants have been transformed into zombies by the T-Virus, a biological weapon secretly developed by the pharmaceutical company Umbrella. The player controls either rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy or college student Claire Redfield, the sister of Chris from the first game, who must escape Raccoon City, all the while uncovering the truth behind the outbreak. The gameplay focuses on exploration, puzzles, and combat. The main difference from the first game are the branching paths, with each player character having unique storylines, weapons, obstacles, and partners. Leon is paired with the sultry female spy Ada Wong, and Claire is paired with young Sherry Birkin, whose parents are higher-ups at Umbrella. The remake remains mostly faithful to the original, but turns up the scary, and many areas are dark, requiring the use of a flashlight to see in and adding an element of horror. Zombies are much stronger than in the original, taking more bullets and can get back up unless decapitated, and can chase the player into different rooms. The control scheme is also more flexible as opposed to the tank controls of the original. The remake also has bonus DLC called The Ghost Survivors, featuring several what-if scenarios where side characters who died in the main story actually survive. It's not easy to remake a great game like Resident Evil 2, but Capcom not only did it, they made it even better than ever. Word of warning though, just don't play this game with the lights off. And that is my list of my top 10 PlayStation remakes. If you can think of any other games that were remade, please let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on SpaceA, you know the gist by now. I'm going to be working on another video soon, probably another game show review. Until next time, I'm Marty Ittram, and I am logging out of the Nerd Nest. Remember, live in your world, play in ours.
D